Today's video is all going to be about driver distance. I'm going to give you a real simple tip to increase your speed. Make sure you check this video out. Stood and it's that left, right that's really try and build up. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in my indoor studio. In today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all going to be about increasing your speed. It's a tip that I've picked up from watching some of the world long drive guys and also watching people like Bryson DeChambeau, who's sort of changing the game in terms of driving distance. If this video is of interest to you, it does help, make sure you hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can, and do consider subscribing to my channel. So something when I was watching the long drive guys, when I'm watching Bryson, you see them not really standing still. When I'm watching people on the first tee, your average amateur, I see a lot of static time stood over the golf ball. We always want to be moving. We're trying to make a dynamic movement. And it's even something, if you used to watch Johnny Wilkinson, for instance, kicking a field goal in rugby, he would stand there and he would be tapping his feet, firing his glutes just before he was about to run and kick. So and you see it with guys in football, Cristiano Ronaldo before a free kick. So less static time, more movement. Whereas with your average amateur on the first tee, I see so much time statically over the golf ball. So when I'm watching these long drive guys, and when you watch Bryson, what you'll see is he's actually ready to go. He does some very aggressive practice swings, first of all, behind the golf ball, really trying to increase that speed. But when he stood over the golf ball, you'll see his feet actually moving left, right, almost lifting his left foot, lifting his right foot. And especially when you watch the long drive guys, they really extremely do it. There's sort of big movements. One, it stops that static time, allows their body to move. And two, when they're actually practicing this and when you're giving it a go, it's encouraging you to shift the pressure towards your trail side on the backswing, shift your pressure onto the lead side on the downswing. You may even see them actually lift that lead foot to slam it back down. And often by the time they actually hit the ball, these long drive guys, both feet are airborne. And it's just because they're creating so much downward force. So an average drive, and then let's hit one. An average club head speed for me with a driver is maybe 105. So let's hit a bog standard one first of all. A little bit hooky, but let's have a look at the speed. So I got there, forgot to click and tell you I was using a driver, so forget the image of the iron head, but I got club head speed there of 102.5 miles an hour, a ball speed of 148.5, so reasonable efficiency even though that ball went a long way left. So we're just looking at speed. You can forgive me for direction, hopefully. Let's give it a go, just seeing what I can get that speed up to with just some of those step drills, less static time stood over the golf ball. And I'm not saying this is your average drive you're going to take to the course every time, but there are bits you can take to it. Maybe you'll find you really utilise this sort of step drill very well, less static time over the golf ball, and you start to reach your potential in practice, and perhaps you can bleed some of that speed into your normal swing then on the golf course. So I'm going to obviously try and go for this one. So we're stood and it's that left, right, that's really try and build up. Didn't feel a fantastic strike, but definitely got the sensation of shifting pressure. So on that one there, I actually didn't generate more ball speed. It wasn't as good a strike. It wasn't as good a contact. But I got the club head speed up to 107.7, so nearly 108. Previous one down at 102.5, so that was an increase of just over 5 miles an hour of club head speed, pure club head speed. If I can pass that onto the golf ball, we're starting to look at more yardage, more distance. Let's have one last one, see if I can strike it a little bit better. The thing I definitely take from this video, if you're someone who struggles pulling the trigger, starting that swing, less static time over the golf ball. Maybe a practice swing with a bit of intention. I'm going to give the step drill a little go again. Again, strike didn't feel amazing, but we're, you know, playing around with just some speed exercises, and if you get a chance to do this on the driving range practice area. So I clicked on the right golf club there, but I actually got that up to 112 miles an hour, 112.3. So I've gone from 102.5 to 108 to 112. So I'm actually increasing my speed there. And I may be struggling. That one wasn't too far offline. It wasn't an amazing strike, but if we're trying to generate some more speed, we've got to go a little bit out your comfort zone to start with. And I think the thing you can definitely take to the course straight away is less static time stood over the golf ball, and maybe away from the course do some speed exercises, see what your potential is, see how much further it goes offline. If it's just as playable, you know, you're not missing more fairways while doing it, why wouldn't you take it to the golf course? It might be something you're really trying to increase your speed on certain holes, certain shots, where perhaps there's that little bit more space to play with. As I mentioned in the start, if this video has helped, if you found it enjoyable, hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can, and please do subscribe.